Hi everyone, it's Miss Emma here at the Children's Museum of Green Bay. I'm here with you virtually on our Facebook page, and we are going to be doing another exciting science experiment together today in celebration of Wisconsin Science Festival that we are currently in the middle of. This festival happens every year. We are so happy to always be able to participate in it and celebrate exciting ways to learn and have fun with science. So today we are actually going to be learning a little more about thin films. So that's our experiment today. I'm very excited to show you this. Like I said if you saw our video yesterday, I was talking about how each one of our experiments during this festival is going to have some relation to color and the science behind color and how we see it, different ways of experimenting with it, and so on. So today we are going to be learning about thin films. A thin film is a layer of material that is 1/billionth of a meter to several micrometers thick. I know, a lot of big words, but that just means it is very, very thin, very thin. So some examples of that are soap bubbles. That's probably the most common example of it. I'm sure a lot of us have seen bubbles or blown bubbles before, so that's an example of a thin film. Another example is if you've seen oil that has been spilt on the ground or water and is spread out. That's another example. And sometimes on sunglasses, you'll be able to see an anti-reflection coating that can sometimes come across as kind of rainbow. It may look like a rainbow to our eyes. So now let's move on to our experiment and kind of find out a little more about these thin films. Today we're going to be using clear nail polish. So this experiment is another one like yesterday's that you can definitely do at home if you do have clear nail polish. You can experiment a little more with it after we're done here with our video. So we're going to be experimenting with this. It'll be forming a thin film. So what we have for our supplies today is just a shallow tray, or you can use like a bowl, like a shallow bowl, or a plate, but it has to have ridges on it because we are going to be filling it with water. So I'm just going to pour some water into our tray, and not all the way up. You don't need a ton of water, but just so there's just enough to where this black piece of paper can slip into it and go under the water. And this is just black cardstock, so a little thicker so it won't completely absorb the water super fast. It still will, but for this experiment, it'll hold on long enough for us to be able to investigate our thin film here. So I'm just gonna slip it in here. And so how I have it in the tray is like this. So the middle part of the paper is under the water, and then I have two handles one on either side. So I'll be able to pick it up out of the water when we're all done to check it out. So the next step we're going to do is take our clear nail polish, and you don't need to wipe it off at all. And we're just gonna drop a couple drops right over the top of, right on the top of the water. And it'll just float right on top, and it'll spread out a little bit. But so you have your handles here, and the water is over your paper, and then on top of that is our clear nail polish. So we're basically going to pick the nail polish up like this, and you can even, sometimes it gets a little globby on the bottom, so we are just gonna kind of tip it back and forth and make sure we have all of our nail polish. Ooh, I dipped it back in. That's all right. Make sure we have all of our nail polish caught on top of it. So you can see it a little bit right now, but right on the edge there is a rainbow effect that's starting to take place. So we caught it on this black paper. And the reason we use black paper is because the rainbow is easier to notice if it is on it, rather than any other color or white paper. So you'll be able to, I'll move it a little closer and I'll hit it with the light, but you'll be able to see some different bright colors that have developed. So in this bottle, it just looks clear, right? But when you put it on, when it makes itself into a thin film and you catch it, you'll be able to see multiple colors, a rainbow effect, like I said before. That is because even though this film, a lot like soap bubbles, so keep that in mind. So even though this film looks like it's just kind of like a solid layer, it has different thicknesses in that layer. So the white light, when it hits those different thicknesses, it reflects back to our eyes as different colors. So that's, the thin film works with the light, and it works with our eyes to be able to show us the different layers of the thin film, which I think it's pretty neat. So I'm just letting my, my bookmark here, that's what I call it, just letting it dry a little bit, and then I'll bring it up to our camera there so maybe you can see it a little easier. But right along the edge, you can really see the rainbow effect start to form. So let's try this again. I have one more bookmark, and we'll put a couple dots, because even though I do this the same way each time, the way the thin film spreads out will be different. So we'll have a different pattern of rainbow colors. So let's see if this one turns out, what this one turns out like. Boop, and just drop a couple. All right. So again, we're going to catch this film here. Oh, wow. Okay. This one really turned out rainbowy. We have a little globbiness on the bottom here. But, so you can see this one here. We were able to catch a lot of different rainbows this time around. Very cool. And it'll dry just like that. So you're able to see the different layers of this very, very thin film. So that's our experiment for today. We learned a little bit about thin films, a little nanoscience, and we have some more exciting science experiments coming up tomorrow and the next day as well. So make sure to check in to our Facebook page the next couple days and help us celebrate Wisconsin Science Festival. And if you would like any more science programs or events, you can go to wisconsinsciencefest.org. It's right here. And all of the programs and events will be listed on their website, all of them that are going on throughout the entire state. There's some very cool things happening, and we are so excited to be able to be a part of it. So again, the next couple days, check back into the Children's Museum of Green Bay's Facebook page and learn a little bit more about science with us and have some fun with science with us. Thank you all.